Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. In today's video, I want to talk about something that's really important for most players to know, and that is what you should be prioritizing when you're building your account or when you're rebuilding the account. The reason why I'm talking about this is because, well, we have the free gear removal for the next 4 days, and this is massive because we all know how much silver it actually costs us just to swap gear between our champions. Now, I'm doing this video because I kind of started to do a little bit of a series where I'm talking about, priorities on the accounts, what you should do first and whatnot. Had a previous video where I said, the top priorities, I kind of called it like, I bet you don't know. The priority is number 1 to do daily, or like, the clan boss, faction wars, Doom Tower, and Curse City. Then I had another video a few days back, like 2 days ago, where I talked about the fact that some of these dungeons, like, the Ice Golem Dragon and Fire Knight, become pretty much irrelevant after you get into the late end game, because the best gear in the game you're not going to get from that anymore. You're going to get from faction wars, Hydra, Curse City, obviously the Forge and the Forge Pass. So why do I want to talk about this? Well, again, this is really important because sometimes, you might not be at a point where you have millions of pieces of gear and you're trying to see, okay, what's my number 1 priority? How should I focus it? What should I do? So the way that I'm going to say it, it's going to be kind of like my opinion, what I've been doing, and honestly what I've seen other content creators or fellow mid-game, end-game players have been doing to basically min-max your account as much as you can, especially again when we have this free gear removal. This one happens, for those of you that do not know, every month, okay? Every Curse City rotation, when we go on to the last stretch in the last week, they are implementing this one, which is massive. But not only do we have that, but something that we have really important, and massive shout out to Hell Hades and the OddOneGaming team, but every time you have that, everybody has free optimizer, the premium version. So now is the best time, if you have access to a PC or even on the phone they have it, to just come in and just start doing all the re-gears and focusing your best champions. So let's start with priority number 1, but this one might change depending on where you are, what level you are playing. So if you are somebody that still does not 1 key Ultra Nightmare on Demon Lord, which is the most important area of the game, the one that gives you the best rewards for just doing your daily stuff, then this should be priority number 1. Getting yourself to 1 key Ultra Nightmare is just massive. It's game changing, it's huge, because this one gives you access to sacreds, it gives you access to books, legendary tomes, it gives you a ton of potions as well. Trust me, you're gonna feel these are really good. So that's how you would prioritize the Demon Lord first. But if you're somebody that's my level, like I've been playing for 4 years, this is one of the last ones, because I can pretty much 1 key with just mediocre gear. But if you don't have that, then you would 100% focus on Demon Lord to get that 1 key Ultra Nightmare. Let's say you get past that point, okay? Let's say you get to the point where you can easily 1 key Ultra Nightmare, or that team is set in stone, you already have it, you don't worry about it. What's next? Well, this one's gonna be, again, this one's priority number 2, but it would shift to priority number 1 if you're endgame, and that's going to be Arena. This one means if you do care about Arena. If you're somebody that doesn't care about Arena, then again, this one does not really apply to you, but you might still want to do a little bit. The reason why I'm saying that is because, well, if you really care about Arena and you want to try and be competitive, you want to fight in Gold Live Arena, if you want to try and push Platinum, if you want to try and get yourself to Gold 3, Gold 4 in 3v3, you're not going to be able to do that with some leftovers gear, okay? But again, if you don't care about Arena, it's, it might not be as important. However, I think everybody should care about the Arena. The reason why I'm saying that, we have the Great Hall, which gives us some massive stat boosts. First of all, with the affinity bonus, but then also with the area bonuses. This one's huge because it has some areas that really you want those stats, and this is just by doing live Arena. If you have mediocre builds on your people, it might not be as easy to get all of these what are they called, crests, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yep. So you want maybe some boost for Fire Knight Castle if you want to try and push that higher. If not, let's say you don't care about the dungeons, because we said dungeons are the best, but they introduce some new things in here. And first of all, you're 100% gonna want to try and boost your Hydra battles, okay? More speed, accuracy, resist. Then you're gonna want to try and boost your Curse City, because again, this one has some pretty juicy rewards. Maybe even Phantom Shogun, Sand Devil, the really hard content that are really important to push your account to the next level. They are basically locked behind live Arena. So what I mean by why would you do that with Arena? Well, I'll give an example. If you look, my best gear on my account when it comes to speed on accuracy and accuracy is gonna be on my Warlord. So for example, this is my Warlord build, okay? 366, good accuracy, and he's also in 4 pieces of stone skin. Let me show you an example of how you would do that, just to like a little quick tip. So let's say I go with Warlord, okay? I go on that one. I'm just gonna show you basic. I'm not gonna go in detail about how to use the optimizer. Hell Hades has a video on it, but if you want me to make also a video on how to use the optimizer as best as you know for what I'm using, let me know in the comments down below. I can do that. But as an example, let's say you have somebody like a Warlord. They can be a Yumek or anybody that you want to be fast, or even Armans, like you could do the same build. Let me show you I built mine. So let's go actually over here. Let me just click reset. So first thing, you start with a page like this. What would you care about? Well, you would care about balanced mode on somebody like a Warlord because you care about 2 stats, okay? Number 1 stat is going to be the speed and then accuracy. So as an example, the way that I choose to build mine is I give him, let's say, 650 accuracy, okay, as the minimum, or you can go 600 or 500 depending on your level. So you would do, let's say, 650, and then I would click on the speed part. Don't put anything here, you don't care. Click highest priority. Then I would go to configure, and because I want to have the best thing on my account, I would take everything, because I want to take from anybody on my account to make sure that my Warlord is the best build that I can on my account. Then if you go over to let me see what's the other slots or 2 sets, you can add, for example, like I said, let's say stone skin. I want to go with stone skin. I'm gonna add 2 pieces of stone skin over here. But what I would do previously, before I do that, I would come on my account and I would say, okay, what do I have in stone skin? Do I have 2 pieces of stone skin or 3 that I can put over here? Let's add an accuracy one that's with good speed. I would equip this one. I would equip all the stone skin pieces that I have. Let's say I had 3 over here. Then I would go over here, I would go to slots, I would say do not change these ones, and then when it comes to the stone skin, I would only put 1 piece because I'll need 1. But let's adapt it for mine. I'm keeping the ring, I'm keeping the amulet. Let's see from this one what can it give me. Okay, so 2 pieces stone skin, completing with the 2 accessories. Just gonna go to the next one and go over here, maximize, and let's see what it would give me, for example. Okay, so if I look at this, I can get him to be 372 speed, 667 accuracy. I already have a 366, so losing that much accuracy might not be worth it. But then you would look and you would see, okay, I would steal some random other pieces. So this is what you would do for your, for example, somebody like a Warlord or Armans. But then when it comes to your nuker, you would do pretty much the same thing, okay? I'm not gonna show you that because I already took too much showing this, but you do pretty much the same thing. And that way, if I show you, my Warlord has pretty much the best gear that I have, then the second best one's gonna be on my Armans, pretty much same principle, good accuracy, good speed, with 4 pieces of stone skin. Then somebody like an Arbiter, if you care about the speed one, you'd get as much speed as you can on her. And then nukers, for example, my best nuker is Narcissus. I still need some improvements, but it's what I have. You kind of get the gist. So that's the arena part. Now when we go after the arena, you're gonna think, okay, what's next? Well, the next one after the arena would be something like, you always try to think of what's the hardest content that you do, what's the hardest content that you beat. The next one would be dungeons, but not necessarily the gear dungeons, okay? You would go into something like, if you can beat stand level higher stages, you try to get your best gear on people like this. So for example, if you're doing the God Seeker in your team, you're going to try to get the best gear in region and immortal that you get on God Seeker so you can farm stand level. This one pushes your account to the next level. And then same thing with Phantom Shogun, but the Shogun one, it's a little bit easier because I already made a video on my channel. You can do it all rares, you know, so you might not need the crazy stats, you just need specific stats and you're good to go. Then when it comes to the other ones, just push as high as you can and then pretty much ignore it from my point of view. One exception, for example, would be that I'm going to talk about a specific champion, is I would say that people should prioritize a strong enough build on somebody like a Seer, okay? If you don't have a 6-star crushing run like I have, try to get a strong, savage, lethal, merciless build on her because she's gonna be your best one for wave clearing so that you can, you know, pretty much do speed farming on dungeons, and that's why she would be one of the specific heroes that you would want to prioritize. But after we get past the dungeon, the next one would be Hydra. Okay, the reason I'm saying Hydra is actually winning Hydra Clash and getting those accessories can be huge. If you can get those stone skin and protection accessories, they can be huge. Let's collect this one and see. You can also get yourself some of the quartz. You can get yourself books depending how lucky you are. Again, no luck. I've been waiting for like 3 months for a protection ring. No, sorry, protection amulet for my Sifi to get a 9-piece, but it's just this for now. But anyway, Hydra is really important. Again, because of the fact that you can get specific gear set types from this one for your accessories, that makes it be extremely important, okay? That's why you would want to focus Hydra. But before that, if you're not at the point where you can beat the Doom Tower easily, I would say focus getting your core for Doom Tower. Because as I mentioned in my previous video of the priorities, after the Demon Lord and Faction Wars, Doom Tower is one of the most important ones because you get amazing rewards from here. Lego books, sacred shards, void shards on the other side, it's just huge. So you would 100% always want to have your champions that are specifically used for the Doom Tower, always try to have them built and try to push this as high as you can to get the best rewards. And then I guess from that spot onwards, it's just gonna be whatever stuff's left over, you know, getting some faction war teams in there, going to try and farm stage 20 at least, if not 21. Obviously, if you already have Lydia. If you don't have Lydia, if you already won Ultra Nightmare, or you're at the point where you can already beat Ultra Nightmare, 100% go for Lydia. She is game changer. She's game changer. And only the last one, from my point of view, is Curse City. It has some amazing rewards, but it's extremely tough, okay? I would not prioritize building champions specifically for this because it's too hard. Like, I don't even beat the hard stage. Like, I get to Soul Cross and I start getting stuck and I need a million of regearings to do, and it's, you know, it's too much of a time investment from my point of view sometimes to do it. But if you're somebody that likes to min-max and try to push things to the max, then this one's really good as well because it can give you some pretty juicy rewards, especially these mythical charms. But I think that pretty much covers it. So again, just a quick recap. First of all, get to 1 Ultra Nightmare. So your Ultra Nightmare team should be first. Then if you already do that, then your Arena champ should always be the best, because if you want to push higher and higher to get to the next level in Arena, then this one should be priority. Then some of the dungeons and champions, like if you have a Seer, 100% get one of the best builds for Seer. Then trying to get teams for Sand Devil and Phantom Shogun, especially 25. So you can get this powder, so you can keep resetting those ascension bonuses. Then after that is going to be your Hydra teams, because again, one of the best rewards. Doom Tower as well, really, really important. And then whatever else is left. So yeah, guess we're gonna leave it at this for today. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Like, I'm not sure, maybe this video was completely useless to you, but I really thought that I should mention this because sometimes, you know what, I do takeovers. So for those of you that are interested, just come and check into my Discord. I offer takeover services. But I've seen sometimes people prioritize builds on champions that are not as important, and then I see champions that are important, they have pretty mediocre builds. So I thought that, you know what, if I saw that in certain people's accounts, maybe this video is going to help somebody out there. But anyway, we're going to leave it at this, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, everyone. Bye, guys.